Your resurrection is not only a matter of illumination. Your resurrection is a matter of raising your physical bodies up and out of the clutches of density, duality, the tree of knowledge of good and evil, raising and elevating the vibratory frequency of your physical bodies, where matters not what is in this world that is against life can no longer touch you. So this conclave is dedicated to a much deeper research that gives you new news about the Ascension. But let me leave you with this awareness. The moment that you became interested in things of a spiritual nature, your ascension began. The more your consciousness began to expand beyond the duality and the box of limited beliefs that most people are caught in, your ascension was unfolding. And therefore, let me reflect on some of the experiences that people have when the power of ascension is touching their lives. Phases that you will go through. Many of you have already been through these phases. I find it very interesting because I only have to watch it. One of the first phases that you know that you have begun the ascension process is that you go through a phase in your life where you seem to be invisible. What's going on? Don't they see me? All of a sudden, there's a disinterest in you. Nobody's interested in you at all. And it's like you've suddenly become invisible. And that remains for a while. Energetically, there's a part of your being that is changing, and you can't necessarily feel it or see it, but other people sense it. What is it? It's the vibratory action of an activity that is most understood and is going to be clarified this Ascending Hearts Conclave. It's the thing when people become spiritually motivated, they love to see the image of their, starts with A, aura. Of their aura. You don't see your own aura. You don't feel it. But as your aura begins to dynamically change, the energy, the vibratory action of it, people don't see it, people don't feel it, you don't feel it, but people sense it, but they don't know what they're sensing. And it's part of the process where you go through a period of losing all your friends. And you even have to say to them, I'm right here. Don't you see me? Well, I know you're there, but I kind of lost interest in you. And then you go through another process where you start to meet in this ascension process, where you start to meet what you yourselves would call a number of odd people, until you realize that these odd people are in the same group that you're in. that the ascension is touching them. And when the ascension process begins to lift you and raise you, one of the first things that it does is a huge shakedown. And in that shakedown, who determines whether that shakedown is rapid, whether it is life-changing, or whether it is in gentle shifts? That shakedown is the place that everyone who has begun the ascension process faces. Every belief you have come to know must be shaken out of you until none of those beliefs are there any longer. So that a thirst can grow inside you, and by having so many beliefs shaken out of you, you enter a period of being and feeling empty, like a vacuum. You even question if this spirituality is really what you thought it would be, because after all, you've never felt so empty in your life. Everything that you leaned on, every belief that you had was a particle of the energy that you were familiar with. You had a familiarity with it. And having all that shaken down, and having metaphysical teachers encourage you to a place of, like a son would, believe in nothing. It's the sweetest place to come to. It's like a breath of fresh air blazing right through you, with the realization that you're letting go of that so that a rise of knowingness can come up in its place. So yes, you go through this phase where people don't see you, and then you go through a phase where there's some people that do see you, and you see that they see you, and you think they're odd, and then upon inquiry you see that they're you. They're people that are confronting their spirituality just like you. And odd personalities show up because personalities are getting familiar under their new skin. After all, they don't have their beliefs to lean on anymore. Then you go through another phase where you don't want to be seen. And in that phase where you don't want to be seen, it seems everyone can see you. And that keeps changing through the ascension process. Because in the ascension process, there is an evolution, an undoing of beliefs, a rise of knowing, a spiritual alchemical interaction. That's not only in your mental awareness, it begins in your feeling side of life, and it begins to change your physical body. And in that path of ascension, it's not only the releasing from yourself old limiting beliefs. If you have energy that's trapped in your body, energy that if allowed to continue to hide and grow and one day could become disease, that will come up. Everything will come up to be released. Another little sign that you will know that you're up on the path of ascension is awkward things that you begin to feel in your physical body. You might feel pressure points. You might feel tickling sensations up on the pineal gland. Sometimes when you close your eyelids, you may experience expansion in the pituitary gland. Sometimes upon laying down, if you're laying down absolutely flat, you might feel two currents entering into the palms of your feet and rising up through your body, raising the vibratory action of your physical garment. Dreams are another whole subject. And of course, there was a prelude to all of this, and that is that when you were children, those who enter the ascension process in a lifetime often have different dreams than other children do. And if you are one of those children that have different dreams, you soon find it wise, perhaps it's not best to share those dreams. After all, you're talking to your girlfriend or boyfriend at school, and you're talking about flying and out-of-body experiences and all these things, and all your classmates are looking at you and they're not having that experience. So yes, this conclave in November, I have dedicated to an in-depth study of Ascension and how Ascension keys and laws have changed as a magnificent result of all the work the mighty Saint Germain has accomplished, with the realization that every one of you can declare every day, I am ascending, elevation, ascending up into higher consciousness, the achievement of resurrection. We have a wonderful host of ascended beings that are coming in to teach new ascension keys, to activate things that have been set aside, so until each of you achieve a place in your resurrection. New activations of the Merkabah vehicle, new activations between your light body and your mental body, that you may receive the kind of illumination when your physical body sleeps, and that you may remember that illumination when you wake up in the morning. As will be a wonderful conclave. The theme is the Ascension. God bless you, precious hearts. I will not greet you again until Saturday, the 20th anniversary of my dispensation to the earth. We are definitely leaving markers now. And as we move forward, I am so grateful that we have such a strong student body and students of great character, students who are willing to do the work of whatever is required, students whose ability to love and leave behind them the 5 human habits of criticism and condemnation and judgment, blame, and gossip. Students who are truly readying to carry the greater love and the greater light in their physical body. And to know this cannot just be a mental experience. This cannot just be an emotional experience. The true spiritual path that has been denied so many in previous ages is a path that includes the physical body, does not set it aside. God bless you, precious hearts. I will see you and greet you on our anniversary on Saturday. I thank you.